This quick look will examine the rise in dissident Irish Republican activities in Northern Ireland, specifically the emergence of the new Irish Republican Army, and will briefly discuss the weapons and materials used in this theatre. The umbrella term dissident Irish Republican is used to describe those groups which have not accepted the terms of the Good Friday or Belfast Agreement, which was signed by several major Republican and Unionist movements following almost 30 years of violence, known as the Troubles. Following the ceasefire of the Provisional Irish Republican Army in 1998, a number of splinter organisations continued their armed campaigns due to political and military differences. Among these groups were the Real Irish Republican Army, Oakley Naherin, and the Continuity Irish Republican Army. These groups operated largely independently and on a local and regional level during the years after the Good Friday or Belfast Agreement, increasing their connections to organised crime to assist with funding, while also building links with other dissident groups and attacking potential rivals. Notably, their affiliated political organisations continue to operate as public representatives of the organisations in question. Following the murders of British Army sappers Patrick Gazumka and Mark Quincy outside Masserine Barracks in Antrim in 2009, light was cast on the growing potency of dissident activities. The real IRA claimed responsibility for this attack, which was carried out as the sappers waited for a pizza delivery. This attack is notable as it represented an escalation in the violence of these groups. 2 days later, a similar attack resulted in the death of a police officer, Stephen Carroll. During this time, traditional shows of force at the funerals of Republican paramilitary members, both current and former, continued in areas sympathetic to the goals of the organisations. In this example, 3 masked men fire a volley of shots over the coffin of a former member. Continued violence using improvised explosive devices has been attributed to dissident Republican activity during this period, right up until the present day, with a variety of munitions being exploited. Allegedly utilising experience gained by former members of the larger paramilitary organisations such as the Provisional IRA, dissident groups are able to construct complex IEDs for a variety of purposes. Together with older experience, newer members are honing their skills using a variety of sources including open source intelligence gathering to learn new IED manufacturing techniques. The largest of these devices was located in 2012 near Newry, a large town near the border with the Republic of Ireland. The 600-pound bomb was a fully functional vehicle-borne improvised explosive device which had been abandoned at the roadside. Explosively formed projectile devices are also a traditional tool within the arsenals, given the heavily armoured nature of most Police Service of Northern Ireland vehicles. This example here utilises the top of a drain pipe and copper explosively formed projectile material. The modern armament of the dissident Republican movement is currently a mixture of legacy systems which have been salvaged from the arms dumps affiliated with older organisations such as the Provisional Irish Republican Army, and a range of improvised light weapons such as this improvised grenade launcher. This example of a large arms seizure in the Republic of Ireland in 2013 is similar to many of the weapons which can be accessed by the groups, albeit on a smaller scale. Legacy systems such as AK type variants as well as the Romanian PM65 or AIM can be found in most imagery affiliated with dissident Republican activity, with rarer items such as the Sestava M76 occasionally appearing. Furthermore, examples of improvised small arms can also be seen, as demonstrated by this example of an R9 arms submachine gun being seized as part of the real IRA arms cache in 2015. Further to this, converted blank firing weapons have also been observed in use.
Many of these items will be in poor condition, given the amount of time that they have remained under or unmaintained. These weapons mostly originate from the 1980 shipments from Gaddafi's Libya to the Provisional Irish Republican Army, together with large amounts of Semtex high explosives and hand grenades.